So the dragon of fear is the loudest when you're just about to cross over into a completely new reality, into that leap that you've been wanting to take for a long time, and you're so close to actually making it. That is when the dragon of fear is the loudest in your body. It will just scream because you're not actually feeding it anymore. You're not feeding it the same behaviors that are keeping you locked in a different version of yourself, a more limited, closed, more careful, fearful version of yourself. The minute you step up to consider the possibility that things could be different, that voice will come up like, no, no, you can't for whatever reason, blah, blah, blah. Well, then when you actually start walking in that direction and of the completely new reality, at first, you might be elated to be like this, yes, tons of universal support, synchronicity, this part of you that just says, screw it, I'm open to this new possibility. It's awesome. And sometimes that's just it. You're just free of it because you just took a massive leap and there's like a big click. But more often than not, you'll notice that on that journey, there will come these little speed bumps where you're really letting go of that old version of yourself. And then right as you get close to taking like the next step, then the voice really comes up. It's like, okay, well, are you sure you're ready? Like, the thing's not perfect. You don't know enough. You don't have enough skills. Maybe put it off for tomorrow or whatever. And more often than not, it will sound like a very, very logical reason as to why you shouldn't do it. And I'm talking about this because this is coming up a lot in a group I'm coaching right now called Free Your Transmission, where I'm assisting people with sharing our voices and coming into connection with what your actual message and transmission is, and freeing it and creating a heart-based business and just running everything from the heart and being your authentic self. It brings up so much in people, so much fear, so much holdback, so much like, I'm not ready, I can't do it. It's not ready yet, right? And I know because I go through it all the time myself when I make videos or I put things out there or take risks. And the thing is, you have to be so careful with this. It's so loving with yourself with it, for one, because it's also part of your inner child, every part of you that's just like, no, what if something bad happens if I take this leap? If I really do this, if I put this podcast out or I finally share my voice, what will they think? Well, maybe they'll judge me. I'm not perfect. I don't know enough yet. Right, like it's got to be something else. It can't be this simple. But the thing is, it is one giant delusion. It's one giant delusion, and it's coming up because you're also being tested in these moments. Because the thing that you're longing for, the thing that you're really willing and open and wanting to embody is a version of yourself that does not listen to the dragon anymore. And so the dragon screams the loudest when you're not listening to it. But it's also a test. Are you willing to hold all those emotions, hold all that shame, all that like, oh, it's not ready, I'm not ready, it's not good enough, and act anyway, and not pay attention to that circuitry in your body as the main decision maker, to actually be back up first, feel into it, be like, okay, I'm not ready, I do feel fear, there's so much in here, you're right, I'm a piece of crap, I don't know enough yet, I'm not skilled, I'm not ready, yes, I hear you and I love you, and what else is possible? What if I really can't just take the sleep? What if it's ready the way it is and I can just open up to the next thing and just keep going with this and just roll with it and just put it out there and just make it so? And when you do that, so many different things start to open up. First of all, more possibility, because you step out of fear and you step into possibility. And actually, you realize there's so much else that's trying to come through you, but it's not coming through you yet because you're like hindering on the one little thing, like, should I do it this way or not? Or is it ready yet or not? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it next week or whatever. And so that other stuff can't actually come through because you're just hanging on to this one thing like it's life or death. It's so important. And it usually isn't. Like, to give you an example, like I would sometimes in the beginning when I made videos, I would fuss like for months about like, do I have the right camera or do I not? Do I use the right cables or lights or whatever? Eventually, I just started making videos. I just didn't care anymore and just got going, and so much more stuff just started to come through me. And it's like nobody really even cared about it. Like nobody wrote into me like, you don't have a good camera, so I'm not watching your videos, or the lighting is not not perfect. So I'm not going to watch your stuff. Like it's still got views and people still got amazing value out of the videos I make and continue to do so. The same thing goes with your creativity and this delusion. You are being tested. Are you going to buy into the delusion, or are you going to buy into that realm of possibility that's waiting to come through you? It doesn't care whether you have the right camera, or whether the podcast is perfect, or whether you had a burger coming out of your nose, or you sounded funny, or whatever. And the delusion is that you can become a perfect version of yourself and then present that, and then that will create the results. And it's so not true. The absolute opposite is true. When you present yourself, when you do something of the nature of showing up authentically, sharing your gifts, the only thing that registers in other people's hearts and their bodies is this person real, and do I care? Is this real, and do I care? People can sense energetically, are you being a real version of yourself, or being some kind of version that's trying to manicure itself and to present itself? When you stop caring about what people think and present that to the world, whatever it is, your vision, yourself, your voice, other people register that in their body, and it makes them more relaxed about who they are. And because they're more relaxed, they're more likely to want to participate in what you're doing, because you're actually putting out good, like, hey, I don't really care, I embrace myself as I am vibes. And those are awesome. So don't buy into the delusion. So the key to this is to just feel everything as if it were real. Yeah, I get it. And be like, okay, and what else is possible? Maybe what if it is good? What if it's fine? What if I can just keep going? What's the next step? What else is possible in here? And the reason also why this fear comes up is because this is key. You're up against the wall. Before this wall, everything that is before it, it's comfort zone. It's everything that you know, everything that you've known yourself to be, and it's safe. On the other side of this, there's just empty space. And on the other side of that wall, in that empty space, is brand new information. That brand new information, when your system senses it, especially if you're not accustomed to change, or if the change is really big, at first it will just resonate as like unknown danger. So we'll just clamp down. I don't know what's on the other side of this. I'm actually going to have to transform. The moment you start to open up to that brand new information and just take that leap over that wall, or fly over it with butterfly wings, this old concept of you starts to just disintegrate. You literally are becoming a completely different person with a completely different operating system than what you had before. Your leaps into your heart, into your soul, into starting that podcast and doing that heart-centered business idea that you've been thinking about, presenting your idea to the world, and taking that bold leap of faith to do that miraculous thing that just feels right in your heart, but this construct is scared of it. That is not just coming willy-nilly to you. It's something super powerful that's coming through you. And this is what we have to really understand. Creativity is this potent spiritual chemical force that's trying to work through us to create something for the world through you, for other people who are also part of you, for the evolution of the entire collective. It's potent stuff. So if you sit there with that limited construct of I'm just a separate self, and who am I to share anything, it's impossible for that to come through you. It's literally trying to bulldoze that thing so through you could come awesomeness on a level that you can't currently imagine. And that's why it's so scary to that construct. And that's why the idea that I have to be perfect is clamped onto to the very end, because that is what has to go for that stuff to come through you. And what's coming through you for others is absolutely pure magic. It's pure unknown, undiluted, untampered awesomeness. And that awesomeness is coming from that deep, deep place of nothing and uncertainty. It means letting go of your control and not knowing what's going to come next. Like at this moment of making of this video, like I'm literally just moving my lips. I was going to say something that just flew out of my head. I know I really wanted to say it because it would wrap the whole video up in a great way, but I have to actually let go of it for this other stuff to come through. So I'm letting my lips just move and just letting it come through. And the awesomeness that's moving through me is now moving because I'm actually allowing myself to be a vessel for just pure presence to actually show up on camera. That can't happen. That can't happen when you're hanging on to the ideas of I'm not perfect yet. I'm not ready yet. I don't know anything yet. Screw knowing, screw perfect. Perfect is this imaginary idea that your ego constructed so it could maintain itself for some reason, it could maintain that old reality. What's beyond the wall of your conviction that you're not perfect is a level of you that can just shine, just tune in and just create at a whole other level that can pull in ideas that you can't think of if you're just trying to think of like, what's the next thing I should say or what should I do? It will pull in things that are more perfect for the audience that you're trying to reach or for the life that you're trying to build. It will give you the next steps for creating the business that you want to create or the career you want to create or the thing that's you really want to unfold. It will give you the next steps. And it's always so much more easeful and fun than hanging on to the idea of like, what should I say? What should I do to make it perfect? And sometimes there's just these empty spaces where you don't know what's next. And that's also terrifying. And when we hang on to this idea that my thing's not perfect, I'm not ready yet. I know what to do, but if I just get more skills, then if I do that, it'll work out well. Well, at least you know something. You know that you're not ready and that there's this thing and you can fiddle with this next step. But if you just go and take the step, well, then you're flung into absolutely pure emptiness. There's nothing. And that's also scary. But what I want to submit to you is that emptiness, that uncertainty is actually your best friend. And you can come to know it and you can come to love it and you can come to make home there. And the more you make your home there, and you soften your body and you receive what it has for you, you will know what I'm talking about. This is the place where dreams are made, where visions are created and received, where downloads are begotten, when you begin to dance this play of creativity. What is being created through you is coming not just for you, it's coming through you for other people. If you look at nature, just look at, never mind like man-made objects in the room you're in or wherever you are, looking at nature, everything that has been created has come through for some incredible purpose, for some incredible reason. God, the universe, creativity does not make mistakes. So you can bet your ass if something's coming through you, if it's come through you, it's come from the creator and it's here to serve a purpose. If you can get out of your own way and let that imperfect creation be, it will serve way more, way higher than your idea of it's not perfect. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you deeply enjoyed it. And listen, if you'd like more and you want to hang out and learn more about opening up to your authenticity and your heart's deepest unfolding, come check out the Star Tribe. It's a free community I've created down below. And also the Free Your Transmission group. You can check that out below. I'm not going to say too much about that here because I don't want to make it perfect. But I'll just say that it's awesome. And it's a place to learn about being authentic and connecting to your heart and following your heart's deepest joy. All the links are down below. See you in another video. Ciao for now.